Be said.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hi there. What's happening?
Welcome to the Whiskey Six. This is, I think it's like episode.
Well,
I don't know.
This would be in January. It was what, number 13?
Yeah.
So February, March, April.
But we did two.
But we did twos. It's a lot.
It's like 16 or 17
Yeah.
or something like that. So
we're in the upper teens.
Yes. So welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you guys being here tonight. We have a great show and a great guest. Can't wait to talk to this guy.
I'm excited because I can actually talk about all the topics we
That's
have
true.
today.
And this is somebody who I've only ever seen on TikTok. I didn't realize that Conrad was on YouTube until like this week. I thought he was like exclusively a TikToker, but we're going to have a good time tonight. Got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of fun to have. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed, so we are streaming, guys.
Very cool thing.
We're streaming on Bourbon School. We're streaming on the Whiskey Six channel. We're streaming on Whiskey Wars. We're streaming on Bad Axe Bourbon, and we are streaming on the Bourbon Note.
How fancy is that? Technologically savvy.
What we want everybody to do is please subscribe to the Whiskey Six channel. And make sure that you are, following that channel so that you'll have all the updates, all the information. We do have a pick coming, hopefully very soon, and you'll want to have the information on that. So go ahead and subscribe to the Whiskey Six and all these channels that are involved tonight. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and helps everybody's channel a whole lot. So Ready to bring the people in?
And then let's get a drink in our glasses.
Yes. We'll definitely need to do that. Let's start with...
Go right there. Go right next to us.
We always start there. Let's start here tonight.
Okay.
We're going to start with...
You know him. You love him. He's our red-headed stallion.
Ben from the Bourbon Note.
Yeah!
Special new audio drop. Just for tonight.
That's
amazing,
fantastic. Ben, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Thank you.
Doing well.
We're very excited. Tomorrow's our last day of school, and then we're on vacation.
2 weeks of vacation.
Well, no. Brian and my
nice.
kids have 2 weeks. I only have 1 week, but we're heading down to Orlando. Our daughter's going to Spain and France. She leaves for Spain and France on Tuesday, and then we leave for Orlando on Wednesday with our son and one of his buddies. So.
Yep, looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
These kids are wilding right now.
Yeah, wild. It was my week for detention, and every day I was loaded. 7 to 9 kids a day in detention. A lot for my school.
So you're ready for the break.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's bring in, without further ado, from the Bourbon Drop.
Okay, the guy who I agree with everything he says.
Absolutely. Myron, what's happening?
What's going on, whiskey people? My Whiskey Six family. I'm doing good. Getting myself. I got a couple bottles here that are looking a little thin, so some old Knob Creek.
Oh, I just got one of those this week. I think I showed you guys. This is from 2012. I got a Knob Creek 9. Thank you to Kevin Persh who grabbed that for me. I appreciate it. Very excited I want to do like a comparison of old and new and see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna suck.
We'll make the ultimate sacrifice. We were on the same page for a few things this week, Myron. The Stag 24D, we were kind of in agreement on. And there was something else that you talked about this week, and I was like, yes, Myron, we were on the same page. So I'm with you. I do not disagree with Myron at any time.
No, Myron, everything Myron says I agree with. But you actually, I'm sorry to say, you do not agree with Myron as much as I do, but we're not going to get into that.
It's not that. Yeah, let's not get into that. It's not that kind of show.
He doesn't agree with me on this bottle right here, though.
No.
What is it?
Blue Notes.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Marianne does not. We're going to have to do like descriptive audio tonight because Marianne doesn't have her readers on, so she doesn't see anything. So anything you hold
Myron
up.
holds up a bottle of Blue Note. I'll be the narrator.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in next from Whiskey Wars and Mash and Metal.
Our resident cowboy.
The cowboy. Sean, what is up, brother?
Cheers, people. Yeah, I pre-gamed, so my back is killing me today, so I needed whiskey real bad. I'm tired, very tired, but good to be here as always. Can't wait for the show. It's going to be a fun one.
It's gonna be a good one.
I was on the Instagrams earlier, and a video popped up that reminded me of Ben. It was a juggalo getting shot by firecrackers. So yeah, it's always.
I like it.
For those who don't know, Ben is a very big ICP fan. So
yes.
Yeah, let's make sure we talk some ICP tonight.
No,
it'll just be Ben.
Everybody just I can do that. I can go all night. Well, that's a bummer.
That's what she said. Okay, next up, Sean. What are you drinking?
She said.
Well, I just emptied my glass, so once we get the show rolling, we'll figure out something to drink.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Then we should have waited to pour.
That's all right. I poured. I wait. My pours wait for no one.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's bring our next member from Bad X Bourbon, all the way from California.
What's up, Bobby?
Bobby, what's up?
Yeah, peeps. Be a good show tonight. I just got off work this morning, so I'm ready. I was at work for 3 days, people. For 3 days, I'm good. This is my normal starter right now. This Pendleton 90 proof, got a lot of flavor, but get it started.
2, 3, 4.
Those are everywhere right now.
Chips are flying.
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
Now it's a show. Now we can start. Now we can start.
Yep.
So Bobby, is that the Pendleton? Is that the Midnight, or is that?
It's the Midnight. This one. I don't know. This is my little closet sleeper little guy right here. It's just
hold on.
It's
I'm
just good. It's super inexpensive. The Pendleton Midnight, 90 proof, finished in brandy barrels, super sweet.
Nice.
Just easy starters. Easy.
Somebody left. What?
Oh,
we lost Myron.
Oh no.
There we go.
Ah, come on.
I don't know if I did that or what.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, that was me.
No, it wasn't. It was Myron. Let's be real. It was Brian's fault. It's never your fault.
I agree.
Nonsense.
I agree.
I am not taking the fall for everybody's technical difficulties.
If we're talking about Myron, it's your fault.
Tony. That's right, Tony.
All right, so let's bring in our guest tonight. You know him from YouTube and from the TikToks
and Instagram. He's all over Instagram too.
What's that?
But he's all over Instagram too.
He's on all things.
He's busy.
He's all over the social medias. We'll find out about an OnlyFans also. Let's bring him in from Whiskey Bonded. Conrad from Whiskey Bonded. Conrad, welcome. How are you, sir?
Woo! Yeah.
You guys ruined the official unveiling of the Whiskey Bonded OnlyFans, but I guess it's on.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to blow up your spot. Sorry.
Damn it, now you know. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Conrad, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate it. I won't say starstruck, but Conrad, like, you are one of the people that's always popping up on my TikTok feed, and I love your videos. Like, me and you have, like, we both love Redwood Empire, so that's something we have in common.
Give me that grizzly beast all day. That's what she said.
Oh my God.
That's
what dude.
You're being into it. Wait, you can't. That's what she said. Your own statement, can you?
I don't think so.
Like setting up your own character.
Conrad, you'll find out very quickly. She can definitely. That's what she said her own statement.
Yes.
I just got to know the rules. That's fine.
It's kind of her thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Conrad, can you tell us a little bit about your channel, kind of where you started, and kind of your evolution on WhiskeyTube and whiskey? Is it called Whiskey Talk?
I don't know. Whiskey Graham, Whiskey Talk. I don't. So you know what? I think like a lot of people, and actually Bobby and I talked yesterday, I think like a lot of people, it just kind of happens organically. I mean, for me, it came out of frustration with what was already out there on YouTube, really, of content creators. And a lot of these guys are great, but they're doing a lot of the BTAC stuff and the super rare releases. And I'm a new bourbon drinker a few years ago, and I tell the story quite a bit, so you have to stop me if you heard a bit. I was watching a video from a YouTuber, and they were looking at a George T. Stagg. So it was like a probably a 20-ish George T. Stagg. And they're like, this is the best bourbon you can get, period. And I'm like, great. I mean, just grab a phone, jump on real quick, Total Wine, and order one, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
I quickly realized that was not possible. So I just wanted to kind of, let's just talk about regular stuff, about regular things, and I'm trying to fill a need that I felt at the time was needed because I needed it, and figured I'd pass it on to somebody else, and it just kind of becomes what it wants to be. It's its own monster after that, and just kind of snowballs into the chaos that you see today.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you get started around COVID time? Like, was that kind of the impetus for you?
No, my dumbass always is a minute behind on everything. So I literally, I probably have 1 million followers right now if I'd have started during COVID. I actually started after COVID. So we've only been at it just shy of 3 years. So that'd have been 22. So no, I completely missed the COVID effect, unfortunately.
We've been doing just fine. You're over 60,000 YouTube. The hardest one to get subscribers on.
I'm not complaining. It's been great. I have nothing to complain about whatsoever. I always joke that my timing is always off by just a tiny bit, and then I just got to run to catch up. But
which is perfect timing, probably.
Right. I got into bourbon right at the height of the bourbon boom. I got into to YouTube right after the height of the bourbon boom. It was perfect. Yeah, my timing.
Impeccable timing.
Yeah.
Kiss on your timing.
Time the hell out of that one. Yeah, absolutely. It's still better than us. So
yeah. Well.
Yeah. Let's see who we got here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. When you come around to me, I'll talk.
We were just going to say hi. Who's
we're
in
just
the
going to say hi to people.
Myron.
Go ahead, Myron.
No. So I saw one of your videos, and I want to know actually how many bottles of Eagle Rare do you really have? Because like you had them stacked and stacked and stacked. And one of the videos I saw, you were like, "Yeah, I got a few here." Then you open up like a cabinet, they're all over. Then you open up like a closet door, and they're all over the floor. I was like, "How?" And I love Eagle Rare, so I just wanted to know.
So I listen. I get a little bit of personal joy out of trolling, just a little bit here and there. So like when you see me throw the travelers at the end of the video, I like to mess around a little bit, have some fun. So the Eagle Rare video was a total troll on my part. Someone was like, "Hey, we want to see your collection," and I don't have some of you guys I see in the background, like Ben. It's got this beautiful wall that he's got with the lighting and everything. I've got crap everywhere on all kinds of shelves. So I'm like, well, it's not that impressive. So let's do something fun. Well, I had just bought a case of Eagle Rare store picks from a local store. Just good timing. Okay. And I probably only had about 10 or 12 total. And the rest of what you see is me moving and filming and moving and filming and cutting. So it looks like hundreds of bottles, but it's really only about 12. And that video comes back every once in a while and gets popular again. And it's always the same thing. 80% of people mad because I got too much Eagle Rare, and about 20% going, I see what you did. Watch the video knowing that you can totally pick it out. It's just me screwing up editing.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I was highly.
Proof had to pop back up when that came out, right? It had to get popular again. Well, it had to pop up again when it came out that Eagle Rare they're gonna have a 12-year 95 proof. They had to come up, right? They had to get popular again around that time, right?
Yeah, anything you do with Eagle Rare, Blanton's, and E.H. Taylor pops back when anything comes into the news. Right now it's playing again because of the Buffalo Trace news, but I don't know. Right. YouTube's algorithm is crazy, y'all. I study it a lot, and I still don't got it figured out. I can tell you some things that work. The rest of it's just.
Look, I was at the Virginia ABC today, and they had Buffalo Trace sitting right there on the shelf. They had just put everything out. Blanton's, because the way Virginia ABC works, they get an email, and then the stores. That's when they put it out. So I just happened to walk in the store. They were putting the stuff out, and they had a whole bunch of Eagle Rare sitting on the shelf. And I swear I thought about you in that video, and I was like, maybe I should pick up another one. Maybe I don't have enough.
You never have too many Eagle Rares, man. Not at MSRP.
Yeah, no, definitely not at MSRP.
Right.
I haven't bought one in ages, to be honest with you. I can't drink them fast enough, so I kind of, we were talking I was talking to somebody today about how you evolve through the stages of whiskey. And I think once you get past the tater stage, you kind of figure that out. And I'm not grabbing Eagle Rare every single time I see it. I'll always have it. I love it, but I don't need to have a backup of a backup.
No.
Yeah.
I do got a 3.7. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now do you have the big boy too? Do you have like all three?
Oh, and listen, the last thing I want to derail you guys. Stop me from derailing you because I will. I had a 175. I had a 175, but it was so early in my whiskey experience, I poured it into my decanter and drank it all. I had no idea how hard it was.
I love it.
At least it didn't sit like a museum, so that's good.
You gotta buy. There we go.
You know, Myron, I want to get one just for the bottle. I don't really much care about the whiskey inside, but
I heard they stopped making them though. I heard these have gone away.
Oh, have they? Oh well. I'll let it, I believe.
Yeah.
Starting the hot takes right off the bat. Damn, Sean.
Dang.
All right, let's.
Was that a hot take? I didn't realize that watered down whiskey was so prized.
Here we go. Here's
Shots fired. Let's see what we've got. Today. Thank you for being here. Piper John, cheers. Rob Walker just won in a giveaway the Weller Rainbow. He got a bottle of each Weller.
Wow.
So enjoy that, Rob.
Nice.
Well deserved, Rob. Hang on 1 second. I just want to say, I think we're experiencing a delay. For sure. There's some sort of audio delay going on tonight. I think it might be on our end, and I think it's because of the headphones. So I'm sorry. It seems like we're interrupting, and I apologize for that because I've noticed a couple times people are trying to say something.
Good.
And
Tom Shanley, thank you for being here. Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiasts, welcome. Brian and Deb,
Brian and
nice
Deb.
to see you. The Bad X Bourbon,
he's right there.
Cheers, buddy.
Corgi Kaiju 69. Love it. Welcome, Jorge Lopez. Welcome.
Woo!
O'Malley 16. Thanks for being here. Ralph. Cheers. West Virginia Bourbon Guy, Mr. Jigs, Tony
Cheers,
C. DRC, Rick in the house, Big Daddy.
DRC just picked one of these up right here. He dropped by a sabbatical today and picked up one of these double.
Oh, nice.
Right
on.
Woo-wee.
Raging Cajun, J Cells Boston. How's it going? Just one more bourbon. Whiskey Bonded, welcome.
That guy's all right.
Mark,
good to see you. Warrior Messiah, welcome. And I think we might be there. Oh, Mark, Northwest Bourbon, good to see you.
Hey,
Cheers,
gang.
Mark.
Thanks for being
Hey,
here.
Mark.
Cheers. All right, so thank you everybody for being here, no matter where you're watching. We appreciate you guys being here. We're actually streaming on 5 channels right now.
Although you should move over to the Whiskey 6 and watch us here and subscribe.
Yes.
That would be the best. Would be move it over to the Whiskey 6 and subscribe, like Sean said. We're gonna have hopefully a pick coming soon and some other stuff coming up. So you're gonna want to be subscribed to that channel for all the updates. Go ahead, Myron. What were you gonna say?
No, I was saying I feel like an old man with a VCR. I'm trying to stream on my channel because I've never streamed on my channel ever, and like I'm getting a black screen.
Hi, Myron, do me a favor. Just shake your fist and say, "Get off my lawn."
Get off my lawn.
and then do this like you got a turntable. There you go.
Nice, Bobby. Nice.
And the clicker.
Yeah, right. Just like bang the clicker against your hands a few times. Damn thing. Spin the batteries around a little bit.
Hey, spin the batteries works, okay?
Oh, that does work. That does work.
Hey, do this, Myron. I want to see if the lights go off.
I don't have that, Bobby. I don't have it.
Fulton Mraz has breaking news. We will wait patiently for that breaking news, Fulton.
So
let's get into it, guys. So
Ben has a
the first whiskey topic, I'm going to say both these whiskey topics came from my lovely co-host to my left here.
Thank you.
So the first thing we're going to talk about, and I really do like this topic.
I did offer it up to the other other panelists.
I know.
Okay.
People chimed in.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but people chimed in. So the question is bourbon collecting ruining bourbon drinking? Have too many bottles become trophies instead of pours? And I like this because everything I buy, I open. Now, I don't buy a lot of high dollar stuff, but everything is free to open. And when people come here, I'm like, have whatever you want. If it's not open, open it. Like, this is not a museum here, but I know a lot of people still treat bourbon that way. I don't know if any of us here do, but we'll start with Conrad. Conrad, do you think bourbon collecting is ruining bourbon drinking?
Listen, I don't think so. I mean, if you guys know guys that are bourbon collectors, with a few exceptions, which I won't call any names out because I could do that, but most of your bourbon collectors will collect your standard tater bottles or some of your unusual stuff and hang on to it. I don't think those people are enough and it's not like they're buying 47 bottles of Weller 12 to hang on to. And I'm assuming you're talking about some of the most rare stuff. I don't have a problem with those guys. It's the guys that are buying them and turning them, flipping them. I think those are the guys that mess it up for a lot of us. Because I've got nothing but love in my heart for someone that wants to collect every year on GTA from now until eternity. That's more on him. He's going to buy a bottle, whether he opens it and drinks it or keeps it. It doesn't affect me at all. It's the guy that's trying to run around and pick up everyone he can and then resell them on the secondary that messes it up.
Gosh, I agree.
If I buy one bottle, it doesn't matter to you guys if I drink it or don't. I just bought my bottle.
Yeah. And you know what? And I think that could be something that we could kind of say is ruining collecting, is that secondary thing, because then like the people buying it up, there are people who buy up, not like you said, they're not buying a dozen Weller 12s, but buying up a few for the purpose of reselling it and charging a secondary price. And that definitely, I think, can be ruining it for sure.
That definitely does. Yeah. You know what, Conrad, you hit the nail on the head. I completely agree with everything you said. I'm a collector by nature. I have a pretty extensive Christmas village that I collect. It's not the same thing because it's not consumable, right? But I understand, like I've told Brian, I want you to get all the colors of Penelope, right? Yeah. You know, like things like that. And it's nice to have that kind of stuff on your shelf. And if you want to back up for some of your more special things, I completely get that too. But I think it's absolutely the people that are turning it around and reselling it on secondary that is really what's ruining it for people.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's obnoxious.
You wouldn't count that person as a collector, though. Yeah. Brian, how you define a collector?
It was hoarding, not collecting. He said hoarding Christmas village stuff. Not collecting.
Definitely. Conrad, can you?
I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry, Bobby.
Say that again, Bobby.
No, Bobby, you're a little bit low, Bobby. That's, I think, why it's not like I'm catching part of you coming in, but it seems a little low. Conrad, what did you say after Marianne?
I think he called me a hoarder.
I know that was Bobby. No, Brian did. I was just letting you know what he said.
No, okay.
It's in the way that you phrase the question. Collector, I don't think collectors are the same guys that are flippers that are buying a whole bunch of the same bottle and hoarding them for themselves. Yeah, I think a collector is the same guy as you and me. It's the flippers, it's the resellers, it's the small store owners that go to the big stores. Those are the guys that I think are the ones that are ruining whiskey drinking for everybody, not the collector.
Yeah. Okay. So we can kind of reframe it. Like, Sean, we'll go to you. Like, so are people who are maybe hoarding, buying for the purpose of reselling, are they ruining bourbon?
Yeah. So, and this is kind of what we had talked about, like pre the conversation we're having now, like through text. And that's where I was at, is that I've, we've probably all seen TikToks or Instagram postings or otherwise, maybe even YouTubers that have backups of backups of backups of backups. And at that point, I think using, I guess, the nomenclature we're going, hoarding is probably the right word for sure. And so at that point, it feels more like greed, because you're not even planning on drinking them. Right. I mean, and a lot of times those kind of collections are like they won't have any, say, E.H. Taylor single barrels or barrel proofs, or none of those will be open to share. They just have like 10 of them. And so like that's where I have an issue. And obviously we've talked about flipping in the past. That's an obvious no-go for, I think, anybody in the community. I really don't know anyone that has a positive view of that I've really talked to for any length. So so I would say those two things, but definitely for sure, hoarders for sure are a problem.
Ben, what about you? You're muted.
You're muted, buddy.
You're muted for sure.
I was sneezing a little bit, so I had to mute the mic to spare everybody that. Thank you. Conrad, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
I think it's funny, like, how we started this off. Like, I knew you from YouTube, and then Bobby was talking about you being on Instagram, and then Brian only knew you from TikTok. So, like, between all of us, we kind of know all of your platforms here. So, but I one of the first times I stumbled upon your content was a couple years ago, we did a video on one of my favorite topics, the neck pour, and the fact that I think it's just absolute nonsense, and I can't believe anybody still buys that. And after we did that, I searched around, and you had done a short about the same thing, and you seem to think that it's bullshit as well. So right then and there, I was like, all right, this guy's cool. He's on my wavelength here. All you got to do is not believe in the neck pour, and I'm a fan. So
you can believe whatever other nonsense. Totally fine.
Yes.
It's a low bar. It's a low bar for Ben.
Yep, exactly. As far as the collecting, hoarding thing goes, I mean, yeah, I would guess I would agree. It's the hoarders and the flippers. And I guess, if you buy a product, like you were saying, Conrad, like it's yours, do what you want with it. But I see like people that I follow on Instagram that I actually kind of quit following, I think, because I just got sick of seeing like, show me your 18 bottles of Antique 107 and your 25 bottles of Stag. And it's just like, I've seen a number of channels that like, if you have those, that's fine. Because like Eagle Rare is one, like to your point, Conrad, I'm a big Eagle Rare fan as well. I only see it maybe a couple times a year, so I always buy it when I get the chance if it's less than $50. So I've got 4 of those, one's open. That's about the bottle that I have the most of. But I think it gets to a point where it's kind of like that when I first got into whiskey, it was like the flex thing. It's like, oh, this guy on his Instagram page, he's got, 10 bottles of this and 15 bottles of that. And I think people just kind of look at that as being douchey now. So I think that's kind of wrapping up. But, on the other hand, I've met people while I'm out bourbon shopping. I met a guy who was out hunting for bottles. And he was telling me about all these bottles that he's got. And he's got like a $4,000 Buffalo Trace bottle that was he won it from the distillery, a chance to purchase it from the distillery. It was some weird like commemorative edition, whatever. And he was telling me about all these bottles, and he doesn't even drink alcohol, he said. He's just collecting the whiskey to collect it. So he's never tasted any of the bourbon he's ever purchased. And I think he's just collecting it up as I don't know, like an investment or something. I mean, I don't think it's going to pay off, but
that guy sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. And the other thing,
whoever that guy is sucks.
Yeah, he was a nice guy, but the other thing on that point is when I hear people talking about all the bottles that they have, like if you've got 6-7 bottles of the same, 2024 George T. Stagg, and you've got 15 bottles of WLW or something like that, I don't believe you're getting those bottles at MSRP. You're just finding those because you're hunting or you're getting lucky in lotteries. You're paying secondary for that, and I guess if you're rich or have massive credit card debt, I guess, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't impress me that you've got all these bottles that you just engaged in the secondary market to get.
Oh, Ben, this is why you're my redheaded stallion. I couldn't agree more. It's just a big, stupid flex.
Good God, what is that?
I like it. I like it.
Sample is.
It's from a band called Ween.
Okay.
Oh, I like Ween. I don't know that song.
Do they have a backup singer named
Ween?
No, they don't, but that would be funny. But Byron, they have the 2 guys in the band are both named. It's Gene Ween and Dean Ween. It's not their real names, but they both have the name Ween, and that's how I came up with the idea of having a band with multiple people named Wade called the Full Blown Wades.
Full Blown Wades, yeah.
Kind of stemmed from that.
Peen would have been better.
Of course it would. Of course it would. All right, real quick, Canadian Chris. I think this one's for you, Sean. Canadian Chris said, "Cheers, I'm a flat earther, but I don't believe in the significance of the left neck pour. Am I part of the cool club? Flat Earth might be something we'll have to talk about in a future episode."
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, I would say if there's one of those 2 things to not believe in, it's definitely the neck pour.
So Ben from the Bourbon Note, Flat Earther confirmed.
Yes, my cousin's husband has a T-shirt he wore the last time I saw him, and it was a picture of the Earth in the shape of a cube, and it said Cubed Earth Society because a flat Earth is just ridiculous.
Yes.
All right,
That's
we're
awesome.
going over to Bobby now.
Bobby, thoughts on this?
You know, you guys kind of hit them all. I mean, if someone's going to buy it, I don't really care. But if you're going to stack them up and especially if you're going to stack up a bunch of them and then make videos about it, they're trying to flex. I mean, who flexes with the Eagle Rare and Weller 12? That's to be. I mean, if you're in doing what we're doing, are you really going to flex with those two? There better be a store pick. Hey, you know what's funny about that? So Saturday around noon, I'm probably going to do my own live stream. DRC, hopefully he'll be on it with me. On the YouTube part of it, I'm probably going to give away an Eagle Rare. And then I'll do a Patreon only after that. Well, I'm probably going to give away a Weller 12.
Ooh, nice. I'm in the running for that.
Both these bottles we're talking about, I'm going to give away.
Nice.
And that's why I have backups of them for giveaways. And I don't I don't particularly like either one of them, to be honest. I do like Eagle Rare. I have like 2 or 3 banger Eagle Rare store picks. These are some of the best store picks I have. But the regular shelfer, you know, I don't hate it, but I'm not like, I gotta get some Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
And I've never been that way about it. Same with it.
I'm clipping that.
I know. I was going to say, can you tell me that one more time, Bobby? Tell me that enthusiasm for the Eagle Rare. Show me again.
Gotta get some Eagle Rare. I don't gotta get
It's like fire marshal.
Oh my God.
He's knocking shit over. Oh my God. He's like Fire Marshal Bill over here.
But you know, as far as I don't think they're ruining it. I mean, they want to wait. You know what? I actually would appreciate it if they keep buying the same bottle. So that leaves, and especially ones I don't like, that leaves the ones open that I actually like. I can go get those.
Bobby,
and spend their money on the multiple of the same bottle. Do it.
That's the problem, Bobby. They don't buy the same. The collectors don't buy the same bottles. The collectors buy all of the latest and greatest bottles. So then the normal liquor stores, they push it up. They say, okay, well, I know I can get $200 for this bottle right here, or $400 for this bottle right here, and they just they just, to me, they drive up the prices. Especially the guys like I have a buddy who he drinks bourbon, he collects bourbon. He has I think 4 Russell's 13s. I think he has 1 or 2 Russell's 15s. So only one of them is open. Only one. Like, his wife was like, no, you can't open. She was like, when they got their first Russell's 13 and he cracked it, and he was like, oh, this is good. She was like, oh, we got to get a backup. And then they got a backup and a backup of a backup. And they never opened any of the other ones. She was like, no, we're not going through this fast. And then he bought the Rickhouse Proof. So guys who drink bourbon, that are into bourbon, that collect, hey, I love them. But the guys who do not drink and just collect and just watch it, that just pisses me off, man.
The only multiples I have is the either ones I know I like, and I like, I might not be able to find it. I'll grab another one. Or I know that other people like them for giveaways, like the Eagle Rare. It's for Conrad can back. Actually, you know, those of you that don't know, Conrad and I live probably about an hour and a half away from each other.
Okay.
We actually go to a couple of the same stores. We just haven't crossed paths yet. But Eagle Rare and Weller 12, they're not hard to get around here. There's a lot of stuff that's it's really not hard to get, and we can get it probably MSRP or not much higher than that. Just
Bobby, if you could score me a Weller 12, I would take one.
What's that?
Sorry to interrupt. If you could score me a Weller 12 at MSRP, I would take one.
I may be able to, actually. Hey, you know what? Hey, Patreon live stream on Saturday. You're one of our patrons. Dude, you might just win it.
Fingers crossed. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is one I would like to get on the shelf for various videos and stuff.
And they're great to have. I like to have them, and I'll taste them. And for what we do, I like to have them for the blinds. You know, the this, not that. You know, this is that actual grab stuff that's kind of similar. So it's nice to have a big variety of stuff that she can choose from. But most of the stuff I have is open unless I just haven't, or unless I have a bottle that's open and it's in back of it and I'm drinking it, or for a giveaway. That's it. I don't have a bunch of the same crap.
Cool.
Yeah.
10 years a sweet spot too. Like, to have an Eagle Rare to compare to other stuff. There's a lot of 10 years they like put it up against. So it's a good one to have around for sure.
All right, before we
Good
move on
gift
to our
whiskey.
next topic.
No, we're not moving on to a topic. Myron's going.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I thought he did, but I thought we should all get a pour because our glasses are empty and it's time for everybody to
My
pick
glass
something.
is not empty.
What do you guys want to drink?
Something. Also, apparently, if you mention something as asinine as flat Earth, it makes my internet drop. So, fun fact.
Yeah, you got somebody got on the red phone and was like, "Shut that cowboy down."
Here, now your glass is empty too.
I love it.
You got
So
big time.
Myron, why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on
I'm
this?
sorry, Myron. I did not mean to steal your thunder.
No. I was just saying, like, the guys who collect just burn me up. They burn the guys who collect and don't drink. It just burns me up because why do you have bottles to just look at? If you want to look at bottles, go to a store.
I'm
go
with you,
to
Myron.
a store. Yeah. Like I crack every bottle for the channel anyway. There's the only bottles that I don't crack are the ones that are multiples and the Weller 12 because I was thinking about using that as a trade, but because I've had it before. If I hadn't had it before, I would have cracked it. But I had it before. I thought it was good for what it was, but it's not like mind blowing, which is most Buffalo Trace products. But like I said, the guys who just collect and don't drink, man, it drives me up the wall.
Yeah, it's a beverage, not a baseball card. So
Right.
Yes, Sean. Oh, what a good analogy. No, seriously, that was good.
Any consumable should not be an investment. And I think my thoughts on this kind of go towards the guys who are like, oh, I've got 6 of these on my shelf. And it's like, well, have you drank any of them? No. Like that is the part to me that's crazy. And it's not even like the hoarding aspect of it. It's like the flexing aspect of it. Like they'll show you like a whole, like I have the whole BTAC lineup. I'm like, oh, how are they? Well, I don't know. I haven't opened them. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Seriously.
Yeah, like why are you buying them?
It's meant to be consumed.
It's a strange flex, though, especially for a dude. It's kind of like saying it's like a dude that says he can braid his hair. Like, I mean, okay, but that makes you less cool. So,
yeah, that is distasteful to me.
Yeah.
Like to have all those things on your shelf and be like, well, I'm not opening them, or like I try not to be judgmental of other people. When people come here, I'm like, anything on the shelf. Not that I have like crazy great bourbons, but anything on the shelf is like open to drink. And like I've gone to places where like, oh, sorry, I'm not opening. And it's like, oh, okay.
P.S. Sean, I would not date anybody who I'd date a guy whose hair I could braid. No, thank you.
What about dreads, though? What about dreads? Dreads are cool. Anyway.
Now, okay, sorry.
Maria, you brought up, what did we pour? Because you said we should pour something.
I was waiting, but Brian jumped the gun.
I jumped the gun. We poured Stag 24A.
Okay, I have a Stag right here somewhere. Let's see here.
Okay,
right.
Super.
If you have a Stag, pour it, y'all.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys, to be very honest with you, I love
hard in the paint.
That Penelope Marshmallow Toast. I love that one so much, and we're on our backup bottle now of it.
Yeah.
And so I have actually not poured it because I want to save it because I love it so much, but only until I'm hopeful that we can find another backup for it, and then I'll start drinking it again. But like in this instance, it's not that it's not cracked; it's just that I want to save it because I just like it so much, and I'll be sad when it's gone. You know what I mean?
There's an online retailer.
I've only heard of that bottle through you guys. That's the only place I've ever even heard of that bottle existing. And I'm on the lookout for it just based on your review of it because you guys loved it so much.
It's so good. And so like in that instance, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's open, but I'm not really drinking it in a excess because
special occasion.
It's special to me. That's the difference in that. Like I'm not hoarding it per se, but I don't want to just piss right through it.
Yeah.
Ooh. That tastes funky.
Oh.
I don't like the A. I don't think we liked as much as the B.
Why didn't you just pour the C?
That's what
she said. No, the C was not the one we liked either.
I like the D. The D is always the best.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Ben, you need a button for that's what he said. It tastes funky.
How dare you? How dare you people?
I do need to get a bottle or a button for that for sure.
I am drinking the B currently, Brian. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that we just
This is
did.
weird.
We just did the C and the D and liked them. They're totally.
Yeah, we do.
You know,
that's on Bourbon School's OnlyFans page.
Whatever you couples do together is up to you guys.
I'll do that. The C and D were both good, but I could not. It was very surprising to me how different they were from each other. Like,
All right.
The D was way drier.
And that's what she
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate a dry
Too
D.
easy.
Right
A
there.
dry D just really gives
Right
you a
there.
lot of burn. A lot of burn from a dry D.
When did Stag start doing D-back?
We're,
I don't know. You can't see it, but that's the D right there. 24D.
That's the D right there.
We're in a different territory right now. Like,
Don't
this
drop
is
This
the
a different channel.
conversation has gone off the rails.
the Whiskey 6 After Dark, people. Welcome to it.
D.
It's
Oh,
my
my
understanding that's
gosh.
why I was hired for this gig.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Bourbon School is low key, like the most low key, like dirty whiskey channel. Because there's always something between
It's because of
Marie
the
Ann and
ladies.
Lauren. There's always something dirty being said.
Yeah.
It's
There is.
always because of the
Too.
ladies.
One of the two
There's a
things
lot of-
Yeah.
opens all the time. Yeah.
There's a lot of innuendo flying, and it usually the later in the
In the
filming we
filming.
go, the more it's flying around.
Which actually, we have a great video
what she
coming up, is Whiskey Just for Men. And
Yeah.
Lauren and I are going to do that one. So that
Yeah.
should be an interesting
Oh.
one.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
see. They're all like secretly like, yes, it is.
As I sit here and drink bourbon
Well, okay.
like a gentleman.
All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to our next whiskey topic. It was like we originally were talking about what's the most overrated bottle right now. We can do it one of two ways. I'll let you answer it one of two ways. It can be, what do you think is the most overrated bottle out there that like people are going crazy for, that you just think is probably not worth the hype? Or it could be, what is the most overrated bottle that you bought like this year? Like, so far in 2025, have you gotten a bottle that was really hyped up and you got it and you're like, this sucks, or this is just not worth the hype? So you can go either way with this. You can go both ways, folks. Let's start with, I'm going to go down. We'll start with Sean.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have very uninteresting things to say.
Okay.
I'm kind of out of like the hype train. I couldn't even tell you what's hyped right now if I wanted to. I have no idea. I don't pay attention. I just generally all the stuff I buy now, I buy due to other people's suggestions on whiskey. So like my friends will be like, "Hey, I found this bottle. It's really great." And like, and then if a couple people are like, "Oh, yes, it's a great bottle," then I'm like, "Hey, pick me up one." And then we, send each other bottles. And that's basically how I get all my bottles now.
Hand deliver bottles, Sean. Hand deliver.
That's right. Yeah. Because
That's right, Myron.
by the way, I just use USPS. It's flat rate. It gets there in 2 days. It's great. It's a felony, but no one cares.
They're on the red phone. They're on the red phone again, Sean.
Yeah. But anyway, so so I couldn't tell you what's hyped right now, even if I wanted to. As far as bottles I've bought that are hyped, again, I don't know that I really fall in that category.
How about just disappointed? Have you had any of those that you've exchanged a hand delivery and you got one and the recommendation was meh?
No, honestly, I mean, generally, like if a couple of guys are like, "This is a great bottle," they're usually right. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever really had that experience where, everybody was like, "Oh, this is great," and then I was like, "Oh, this is trash." I did get this a few days ago from a local, and it's the 117 series. 117. This is the
new rye?
The extra old.
Okay.
Which is basically the same thing as this guy here, the 1910. It's
the
just
1910, yeah.
Yeah, it's just in the barrel longer, the finished barrel longer. It's
what?
good. Is it worth? I mean, because this is basically $120 bottle. Is it $120 good? I don't know. It's all right. It's cool.
Is it like are they trying? Is that kind of parallel to the double oaked? Is that kind of what they're doing with that?
Yeah. So I mean, it's exactly the 1910. It's the same exact stuff. They just leave it in the finishing barrel longer.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it is more refined, if that's a thing that you care about. And I did them side by side Friday, I want to say, and it is better than the 1910. Is it twice as good?
Is it double good? See what I did there?
Not so much double good, but it's it's a cool thing to own. So I have one and whatever. It's
Porky, 100% agree on the double oak. Totally
was a
disappointing.
disappointment.
Totally disappointing.
Yeah.
Conrad, what about you? Either something you got that was overhyped that you were disappointed in or overrated, or something you think's out there that's overrated?
I get this question a lot. And given the context of who's watching right now, and although you guys have some understanding, I'll tell you what my most disappointing, so therefore overrated bottle I got this year is actually sitting there. You see the C.H. Taylor up here? So the E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye was a little disappointing to me this year. And I know that it's going secondary at $400 or $500 probably now, isn't it? I mean, it's already gone crazy. And it's funny for me because when you ask that question, the thing that immediately pops to mind is two different E.H. Taylor bottles. And I love E.H. Taylor small batch, and I love E.H. Taylor barrel proof bourbon. But I expected a lot out of this rye, and it just didn't quite do it for me. Given the secondary price, a little disappointing. And one of the Taylor bottles that I tried that I was most disappointed in was the E.H. Taylor Grain of the Gods, the Amaranth Grain of the Gods. Sometimes the hype, I think, is what kills you. It's not the experience of the whiskey. If I poured you this E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye, didn't tell you what it was, solid whiskey, delicious, fantastic. Okay. But when you lead the hype to it, when you go, hey, this is super rare, they're going $500 on the secondary. I love the barrel bourbon. The straight rye is really good. Boom. And then you drink it and you're like, I didn't fall out of my chair. That was disappointing. I think for me, that's where the disappointment comes. It's not in the experience, it's in the expectation that causes the disparity to be disappointing.
What a good point. That was outstanding. Excellent.
And you can't get away from that hype with Buffalo Trace stuff. Like, it's just going to come with every new bottle that comes along is going to be overhyped and never, I don't think will ever live up to the hype. Like, it's just,
I want to ask you guys, this is interesting for me because the topic of Buffalo Trace comes up a lot. And on the subject, obviously, Blanton's and Eagle Rare and all these crazy things. Does anybody in here disagree with the statement that if anything from Buffalo Trace could be had easily at the intended MSRP that Buffalo Trace had meant them to be, would any product by Buffalo Trace be disappointing?
Oh, good question.
No. I think
I don't know what
they raise prices. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what MSRP is on some of those things now.
Weller Special Reserve.
It's low. It's low. I mean,
isn't Eagle Rare like 50 MSRP now?
No, it's like
$42.
Yeah,
42,
something like that. But it's a 10-year. It's a 10-year Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess, and I did this exact video a couple of years ago. I preferred Knob Creek 9 then, and I probably still would. And they're roughly the same price.
Yep. Yeah, Knob Creek is.
I don't think any of them would be a disappointment, though.
Yeah, I mean, not disappointing, but I mean, because I always compare things in like price points. So like Blanton's, what is that MSRP these days? 75?
No, they raised it to $80.
Oh well, at 80 it would certainly be a
Blanton's is up to $79.99. Yeah, they raised that.
You know what? I'll agree with you on that. Blanton's for $80 would be a disappointment. Yeah, if I bought an $80 bottle and it tastes like Blanton's, I would.
Blanton's is just a mid.
Yeah,
it's just a mid bourbon.
Fine.
Seriously,
I think the only one I would say, Conrad, would be Weller 12. Because if you could tell me that that Weller 12 is plentiful and I can get it for $52.99, or I could go get a Knob Creek 12 for $59.99, I would buy the KC every day. Like, the Weller 12 to me is too low proof, very watery. They proofed out all the character from those 12 years, and it's just not. It's disappointing to me. I got my first bottle I ever got. The woman at the store up the road was like, I had birthday money. She's like, you want something special for your birthday? And she pulled out $52.99. I got it for MSRP, and I was like, I wouldn't buy that again. And it's MSRP. So I think that's the only one I would say.
Can you get Knob Creek 12 for under $70?
Knob Creek 12 around here is $59.99.
I can,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. It was $79 for a while. $79 for a while, and now it is for the last probably 6 months or so. It's dropped down to like $59.99 around here.
Yeah, I think it's $62.99 at my local Walmart, or $62.98 because Walmart pricing.
Walmart. You can get bourbon at Walmart. That's friggin' incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great prices. They compete with Costco actually on their prices.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
We're in New York State, so we'll never see that.
Yeah, what is Weller 107? What is Weller 107 MSRP these days?
I think $59.99.
That would be a really good bottle for like $60.
For that.
We should play
I
a
think
Price
they
is Right of
raised it.
bourbon.
You guys
I
are
think they
falling
raised
into
it
the
to
trap.
69.
You guys are falling into the trap that a lot of us bourbon drinkers.
Oh my God, Ben!
Ben's muting.
That was baller. High
Hold on.
five, buddy. That was amazing.
Hold on. Go ahead, Conrad.
Sorry that.
No, so I think it's funny because we started off on a conversation about what was disappointing, and we always start to slide into a conversation of compared to what.
Yeah,
You got to be careful about that because it is a valid statement. But if you're assessing a whiskey by itself, you got to be careful. Like you compared Knob Creek to Weller 12; those are dramatically different things. You're talking about a weeded bourbon,
Sure.
to to the KC, totally different profiles, totally different experiences.
Right.
Ones you wouldn't normally compare, but we tend to do it with price point. So I think it's fair conversation, but you gotta be a little careful.
And to me, I've got the age in my head. They're both 12-year bourbons, but you're right. I mean, they are two different 12-year bourbons for sure.
Can
I
ask
did
this
that
question?
12-year blind, and I would have never expected in a billion years that anything was gonna in that blind was gonna beat Knob Creek 12, and Weller 12 won it, much to the chagrin of my viewers.
Well, let me ask this question real quick. So we talked about being disappointed at a price point. Buffalo Trace putting out Elmer T. Lee. They could put it out at $10 and I'd be disappointed. Elmer T. Lee is
My man.
I don't understand the hype behind it, man. I really don't.
I was going to amend my statement and say anything Mash Bill 2. Actually, I'm just not a.
Yeah.
Those are. Elmer T. Lee was one. It's probably I would take a Blanton's over that. At least the two that I've had, I was just profoundly underwhelmed.
I feel
so like
sorry, man.
I wouldn't say maybe $40-$50 is a ripoff for it, but I think at that price point I would be a little disappointed. I'd expect a little more from it.
I feel the same way about
like $200-$300 for it.
Bobby, your audio's not coming through.
Yeah.
Well,
Not at all. How about that?
That's
That's much better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Sound like
it
you
gets drowned out if anybody else is talking and you try to talk, it gets drowned out and gets distorted a little bit.
like
it sounds like you're underwater. Yeah.
So why don't we go to Bobby and ask what's
Bobby. Ben. I'm going like this.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
Ben, what about you? Disappointing bottle? Overrated bottle?
Overrated.
No.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Put that up there again. Put it up there again, you son of a bitch.
Oh, Ben.
So folks, we've hinted at this before, but it's going to be the Whiskey 5 from now on.
Yeah. Explain yourself, sir. Explain yourself.
Is it Benjamin? Is Ben short for Benjamin? I feel like I have to call you your first name for this.
It is, yes.
This is how disappointed I am in you, Benjamin.
Like Conrad, I'm going
this
right now.
This is a very, very good whiskey. I like it. I just don't get like that everybody just pleasures themselves to this bottle over the last year. Like it's something so much beyond the regular 101. And I have call me a trash palate. Shout out to Troy and Laura. But I have blinded this against regular 101 2 times, and 101 has beaten it both times. And I'll tell you what, the reason I think it did. Most people say that this one is a little more refined and that the Wild Turkey 101 is a little more rough around the edges. I think that's what I like about the 101. I like it comes across as a little more bold maybe because of those sharp edges. So I guess if you want your 101 to be a little smoother, this is your bottle,
Yeah.
But I mean, I paid like $60 for it, I think. And I was expecting something I was expecting it to be way better than it was. Again, I think it's great bourbon, but I think 101's a great bourbon. And I don't know. I think this one I fell into the hype trap.
Stacy believes you're drunk, Ben.
Ben, listen, I agree with you on a lot of things, Ben. You're my redheaded stallion, but on this one, sir,
part ways.
Respectfully disagree.
Hold on.
Two things that nobody in the Whiskey Tube community, that I'm literally the only one, although I got some vindication on the other one, is this bottle and Sagamore Spirit Double Oak.
Yep. Bug
just
spray.
don't like
I'll never forget bug spray.
Yeah, I
Sagamore Double Oak. Oh, come on, Ben. Come on, Sagamore Double Oak.
Myron.
Yeah, Ben.
Myron's outraged.
Ben, I saw your video on that. You're a little short, and I wanted to help you out, but I could not do so, buddy.
No, actually, I got a lot of comments of people saying, no, I don't like it either. I've tried this a few times and don't like it. But everybody that has a channel loves it.
So, Ben, I just from knowing you, it seems like you are sensitive to a lot of oak presence. I've noticed that.
I'm not actually.
No?
Okay. I don't mind a good tannic, oaky. I think I can tolerate something that a lot of people would say is over oaked. I'm wondering if I got a bad bottle or something, because it tastes like bug spray to me. Okay. And I love the idea of a double oak rye.
Reserved for Gold Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something sour and I don't know. It's just weird.
So, Ben, according to you, I'm supposed to be pleasuring myself right now? Is that what you do to this bottle?
Oh, what? What?
No, I'm just saying the entire internet collectively drinks this bottle with a belt around their neck, and I just don't get the hype.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
I got a solo Conrad. Conrad, I feel like you just had a kind of a.
Where's the closest belt hat?
What did you just pour? Oh, I thought it was because I saw your video with the 101 8-year, and I thought it was the 101 8-year. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Not yet. Yeah. I'll be flexing that. I'll be flexing that one soon. But I do have to say, I don't think Ben's sensitive to oaky tannic notes. I just think he's sensitive to good bourbon notes.
That is possible.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
No.
Bourbon note.
I said, call me a trash pallet.
You vicious bastard!
I guess I'll have to pour some Sagamore Double Oak.
He's an asshole.
I'm gonna defend.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
I think Ben must have had COVID when he was trying.
Maybe, yeah.
And apparently he still does.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
And it threw off his palate. Listen, Ben, I've got your back. Listen, man, pay attention to me here, okay? You're gonna try it again. You're gonna love it the next time.
Well, I've had this much of it, and again, I like it. I think it's a great bourbon. I just didn't think the level. I don't think it jumped up from Wild Turkey 101 enough to deserve the hype and the price point. The difference there to me was not. That's really what the whole thing was about. I think it's a great bourbon, but I think 101's great. So
Okay.
I thought it was.
I think you're great, and I respect your opinion, Ben.
I am not sure why we're shouting
Thank
out
you.
Chris Farley, but shout out Chris Farley. There it is.
I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate on mine too. When I come up when it's my turn, I'm gonna get a lot of hate too.
Okay.
So
Bobby, go ahead, Sean.
Well, quick question to Ben. So
sure.
If the hype was gone, so it's roughly double the price locally. So 101's like 22. I got that for 45, basically double the price. Do you not think it's twice as good? Is that where you're kind of at, or?
Yeah, I don't think it's twice as good. No.
Okay.
That's a fair statement, I think.
Is it like a 202?
Oh my God. Well, if you mix them both together, according to Ben, they'd be 202 proof.
Yeah.
Great Scott.
Yeah.
Great Scott says he is unsubscribed from the Bourbon Note.
Yeah. See, I don't get it. That's my point. This bottle is so hyped up that you tell people that you don't think it's twice as good as 101, and everybody loses their shit. And it's just that's what I mean. That level of hype and people's dedication and devotion to this bottle is just.
You guys, this is what you should be doing
me.
Videos about then, right? You should be doing videos because it is divisive and people love
I'm about
those
to flip this table.
Videos.
Yeah.
Bobby, overrated bottle. Go.
So how's my volume?
Good.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Bob.
I found out.
Come on, Bob.
My mic was dead,
Come on.
And I just switched to another mic. So that might have been the problem. My mic
Okay.
So
That's what Mrs.
ironically,
Bennett
Ben's channel is called the Bourbon Note. Yeah.
Ironically. It is ironic.
I mean,
just messing, Ben. Hey, and we have a couple of volunteers to be like the fifth person of the Whiskey Six there.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
We're taking application.
I'm just saying. So if we're gonna go, what's overrated? We might as well stick with Eagle Rare and Weller 12. I'll just go stick right there.
Okay.
They're both overrated. It's knock it off its pedestal. Okay, so joking aside, the one that I got that I was like, I couldn't wait for it to come out. It had a bunch of hype. It's kind of a distillery that's local to me, Frey Ranch. You know, it's not too far away. It's maybe a couple hours, 2-3 hours drive closer for Conrad. But we've gone to the distillery a couple times. I'm sure Conrad has too. I love their single barrel strength picks. Death and Taxes in Reno, great picks. They have incredible picks. It's a 4 grain, farm to bottle, great stuff. Now the regular shelfer, meh. Their rye, their bottle and bond rye, 100 proof, is really good. Before I learned Corbin Cash, that was my favorite rye early on, really good. But last year, this single barrel proof rye is coming out from Frey Ranch. Oh my gosh, we can't wait. Wow, did I not like that? It was very underwhelming. To me, it was very underwhelming. That and okay. You know what? I'm gonna say that one because it was hyped up by a lot of people, and I'm also gonna say that with Frey Ranch, and I like Frey Ranch. I like what they're doing. Nancy Fraley is blending there now too. Hopefully, she's gonna fix some of this stuff. I've been talking to her weekly for a while now, but they're 100% wheat. Wow, did that taste like the smell of a dirty gym sock after football practice in high school? That was not good.
Tell us how you really feel.
Delicious.
Dude, I got it, and it only comes in 375s, and I was so happy that it only came in a 375. You guys got a sample of a dirty sock. Then
we got a sample of that and did a mystery box for it. Just pulled it out of a box, and it was the first Frey Ranch I ever had, and I couldn't believe how bad it was.
It was.
So if you're a foot guy, you'd be into it.
And I say that if you're an OnlyFans foot guy, then you might like it.
That's it.
But I say that I really do like Frey Ranch products. Saying that, there's those two for me that they didn't just miss. They just freaking went to the moon miss. I'm like, that wasn't even close. I didn't like them at all.
So my first pick.
Oh God!
My first pick was from Sip Whiskey, and that Frey Ranch was amazing. But I went to a bourbon meetup, and there was a guy who had 100% wheat whiskey from Frey Ranch. It smelled like buttercream frosting on the nose, man. The nose was incredible. I was like, my God, I can't wait to get it on the palate. Then you put it on the palate, and it was like drinking old grass clippings and corn husk.
Yes.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So, Myron, do you have a bottle that you think is overrated? Maybe one you bought, or just one that's out there that you think probably isn't worth the hype?
Well, I think Marie Ann is a big double oak fan, and I think that's where we disagree. But
I agree with you on this.
Let him talk.
So
I agree with you disagreeing.
So Woodford Double Oak, Maker's Mark Cellar Aged, and Cooper's Craft 100. I think they're all overrated.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Cooper's Craft 100. Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
I mean, Cooper's Craft 100 is like a $30 bottle.
But look, Jason.
But people did go crazy over it. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it because Jason C recommended the bottle. He was like, "Oh, this is a great bottle." A lot of people in the comments were saying how good the bottle was. I bought it. I was disappointed.
Nope.
So I even put it in a blind with OF 100. It lost. It came in last place. It was that to me. I don't know what it is about Cooper's Craft that I don't get, or Woodford Double Oak unless it's a pick.
You don't like the extra char, apparently.
I love char. I love Peerless Double Oaked. Oh, I love an oaky bourbon.
Yeah,
but something about Cooper's Craft just doesn't hit. It doesn't hit right for me.
Just pouring all Ben's favorites here. I do want to point out this is a double gold winner. How about that?
That's a great bottle, dude. That's a great bottle.
Amazing.
Just by the way, this is an OG. This was I got this 3 or 4 years back. Still have a little bit left. This is I guess their second run.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also,
double gold is the participation trophy of whiskey.
Right.
If it has double gold on it, that's just an overly proud parent.
That's right. That means trash.
Bitching in the coach's ear.
It's the 8th place ribbon. It's the 8th place ribbon.
Yeah. Also, Marie Ann's reaction to Famunda was hilarious. Probably
Oh, God.
for me, but you literally almost had to like hold back vomit. That was.
All right.
I have a strong gag reflex, and that was bad.
So mine are going to be these
Oh,
Four
yeah.
Roses red labels.
Hey,
I
all right.
they are trash. We put now. I don't have the OESO. I have the OESK. I have the OBSF. I got the weirdest freaking notes off of this. They like Play-Doh is one of them. Like
That's right.
just awful, terrible notes. Not good. I won't finish these, and neither one of them are as good as the regular green label single barrel. And it's weird because I've had 3 or 4 different recipes of the barrel strength that I do like. These are not good. I do not like them. And I know people were so excited when they came out and they were like, oh my God, you're going to get I'm going to collect them all like they were freaking Pokemons. No, these are the only 2 I'll buy, and I'll never buy another one. I will, when I need a Four Roses single barrel, I will get the green label, and that's all I need.
My turn.
So,
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, no, go ahead, Sean.
Real quick, I just had a question. So, Brian, you have the OESK, but those are 100 proofers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the 100 proof single barrels.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
They're not good. They're not good.
Yeah, you know what? The problem is you said that, and the OESO is the only one worth buying, in my opinion. It's the only one you're missing.
And
that's what everybody says.
So I have an OESK, but it's a barrel pick, and it's very good. But
that's different, Sean.
I've had 3 single barrels of the OESO, and they've been, barrel strengths of the OESO, and they've been great. And the only reason I don't have the OASO is because my local shop hasn't gotten it yet.
And we will get it.
But I might buy that one because I do know I like that recipe. These 2, particularly the OBSF.
We did them in a blind, right?
They
were disappointing.
We had to do 2. We had to do the blind twice because
I
was
the
like,
one with all 3 of us.
Holy shit, are these bottles that bad? We got to do it again. And they were a little better, but they still were not good. I do not like them. I know people did like them and were very excited when they came out. They are not for me. So
did you include the standard? Sorry, Marianne. Did you include the standard 100 proof single barrel when you did the blinds?
We did.
We put that in there, and
that was the winner.
And liked it way above.
Well above.
It's so funny that you say that because when I did them blind, the OESO, then the standard single barrel 100, and then the other 2 red labels. So I'm kind of agreeing with you, but you definitely, when you see the OESO, you should try because that was easy. The best of them, in my opinion.
Now,
and none of them.
In this instance, we're going to get it because I want all of them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just now, again, I'm not hoarding, but I want to collect all of them. You know what I mean? So, like, this is a collection that I want to have.
What's your bottle?
Okay, so Myron, I agreed with you preemptively because I thought you were going to talk about the Woodford Double Oaked, and for me, fans of our channel know that that's what got me into bourbon in the first place was the Woodford Double Oaked. And so when I got a sample from Kevin Persh of the Woodford Double,
no, from Bob.
Sorry, Bob. Thank you. Of the Woodford Double, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. You guys,
it was not amazing.
It was not. And so from my perspective, I'm going to say, not a shelfer, get a store pick of any Woodford Double Oaked because I think the store picks are exceptional.
Yeah.
And don't get a shelfer. But the Woodford Double Oaked is way overrated for the price.
Especially you get
definitely for the price.
3 bottles of Double Oaked for the price of one.
For the price of one double. Yeah. So that's my overrated bottle for sure.
Woodford's pricing is completely insane. Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Now that I think, has everybody gone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. One more thing, because this is kind of not proving my point, like proving me right, but this is a good way of describing where I'm at with the wild turkey. Like, you guys got the Four Roses ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't like them. But there's no pushback from the community from not liking those. There's no comments. There's no, oh my God, how could you? And so my point is, when I said that was great, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, it was unthinkable to people that wasn't that much better than Wild Turkey 101. So now I want you to go back at some point and drink the 2 next to each other, and you might still like the 70th anniversary better than 101. Is it a to the moon better bourbon that literally people just they can't even understand how you could conceive of it being slightly disappointing.
Well,
That's what I mean. Like people are treating this like it's the new George T. Stagg or something.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm even there, Ben, with all the things you just said.
I agree.
I'm saying people are acting like that though, because I mean, like you say, that bottle was a disappointment. The comments I got was just like, it was unanimous. Like I'm completely nuts, and it's just like, okay, I get it, but the way people are defending this bottle, it's like it's some new,
I guess
unbelievable product that everybody has to try, and I'm just like, it's not that much different.
Ben, that just means you have a part 2 of bad comments that you get.
That's right.
On the live stream.
Yeah.
Myron, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was saying I agree with Ben. I think even in my review of the bottle, I said, is it, like exceptional? I thought it was way better than a 101, but I didn't think it was like super exceptional. But what you have to take into account is those Four Roses 100s, those have only been out for a few months. Like those don't have a following. Like 101 has a cult following. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Conrad, you were chiming in there, but it kind of got lost. What were you saying?
I have no idea. I was just agreeing. You guys are talking about the Woodford thing in general, and I did agree with Ben's statement on the Wild Turkey 8-year. I really liked Wild Turkey 8-year. I'm a fan of the 101 is the only bottle we buy in this house in a 175. I love it. Yeah. The 70th 8-year is better, and I really did enjoy it, but it was better, not better.
Right.
So I think you got to agree. That's a perfectly valid opinion, man, 100%. But it's a statement on what kind of a value 101 is, how good 101 is for the money.
Yeah, sure.
Not
I said that in my review.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Yeah, I said this. It's not a knock on this bottle. I think it's more of a testament to just how good regular 101 is.
Right.
I think I said that in my review, or I said it in a live stream or something like that.
You're wrong, Ben.
But anyway,
sorry.
Yeah. So
Conrad, your visit with Wild Turkey, did you get to you got to try the 8-year 101, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And where would you put it? Okay, so we've got 101, we've got the 70th, and now we've got the 8-year. Where would you put it? Without, I mean, I know you're probably going to have a review or whatever, but maybe
it's okay.
Shorthanded.
No. I think the 8-year, the new standard 8-year 101 release is head and shoulders above the 70th. It's a completely different flavor profile. And if you watch the interview that I did with Bruce, he mentioned that. Have any of you had the 12-year, the Japanese release 12-year?
No.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, got it.
I have 13.
It's great. It's great, actually.
Yeah, so the 8-year standard release is more along the lines of the 12-year than it is along the lines of the standard 101 or the 8-year. It's got more dark richness to it. So it does drink. It drinks with more age to it than the 8-year 70th, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it just has to do with the way that they profile them. They are not the same thing. They're completely different. I mean, there's gonna be a different conversation with you guys about the new standard 8-year than it is about the 70th for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
And I gotta say this. I got to put this on the record.
Okay.
DRC, Rick, and I we did a 4-bottle blind. I think it might have been a live stream. If not, it's a video. Go check it out. All Wild Turkey, the 12-year, the single barrel, what's it called? Kentucky Spirit, and the regular 101, and the 70th anniversary edition. So, and he's on record saying he hates Wild Turkey 101. It's brake cleaner, right? That's what he says. It's brake cleaner. Welcome, Trace guy. So
love you anyway, Rick.
And this blind, I know he's listening too. That's why I gotta say this. So in this blind, I will say that he put the 12-year last, and he put the 12-year last, and then he put the 70th anniversary third, and then he put
that son of a bitch, unsubscribe.
107. He put the 101 second.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Kentucky Spirit first. So, dude, I was so happy. That was one of the best blinds I've ever seen in my life. Like, I knew it. I knew you liked this.
That's awesome.
Stuff.
Wow. Well, yeah. So
he makes us all liars. Blinds are great. I love blinds. So anyway, I had to say that on here.
Rick is in the comments saying that that's the only wild turkey he doesn't like, but apparently he does.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. I knew he was in here. I knew it.
Oh my God.
I'm excited about the 8-year now to hearing Conrad talk about it. I was kind of on the fence about it, but now hearing Conrad's description of it, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to see if the Whiskey Tube community deems it socially acceptable to put it above the 70th. So we'll see how that plays out.
You hate that 70th, don't you? You guys,
Whatever tastes
No,
better.
I hate people's devotion to it.
Ben, one last thing, sir, because you have the most interesting takes tonight. So I'm trying the Double Oak Sagamore, and I can see your point that there is a little bit of bug spray thing. The thing is, it brings back childhood memories for me.
Yeah.
Little deet in the mouth is good.
A little deet. Never heard it.
I have a little heat in the mouth.
When your dad's spraying your body down, you're going out in the woods, you get a little deet in the mouth. It's good for you.
Yeah, when DEET was a thing back when we were a real country, we could put poison on ourselves to keep the mosquitoes away.
That's right.
You guys,
no malaria back then.
I was born and raised
No malaria and no participation trophies.
Oh,
That's right. No 8th place ribbons, people.
But
I didn't get DEET in
it's
Brooklyn.
delicious bug spray.
We had a cemetery across from where we lived. There was no DEET. We didn't need to go in the woods. It was the cemetery.
You didn't have mosquitoes in Brooklyn?
No mosquitoes in Brooklyn.
Liar. Okay.
Just crack.
Lucky.
So
let's move on. We've got one more whiskey topic, and that might.
I can't wait to talk about this one. Go ahead.
We're at 10:21,
Nah.
so this might be it.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Buffalo Trace.
No, I
Nope.
thought it was. Oh, boo.
We're talking about Buffalo Trace. Obviously, it's been all over the news. They've got flooding down there. I don't know if they're the only place that has, but Conrad, you did a short and a TikTok about this, and you seemed like your take on it was pretty optimistic. Like, hey, they've been through a lot of this before. It probably is not going to be too big of a hiccup. So can you just, like, for people who might not have seen that, like, your perspective on this about, like, you don't think this is going to be too big of a blip for them?
yeah. So I don't know where you guys are all from or where you all live, but depending upon where you live in the country, and I lived in Kentucky for a while, two things you got to realize is that Buffalo Trace has been sitting on the shores of the Kentucky River forever at a buffalo tracing spot, so it goes right down to the water level. Mm-hmm. It's not like they didn't know. I mean, if you drive around that area, if you guys have been around that area on the Indiana side of the river, they have huge flood walls. This is just a fact of life in that area. Buffalo Trace has been there since the 1700s. It's flooded many, many times, and a flood is not like an earthquake. It just didn't hit like that. You got weather forecasts and stuff. So I just think that for us to be worried that Buffalo Trace didn't see it coming, that it ruined a whole bunch of good whiskey, that they're not completely prepared. You don't think they pulled the tables off the floor. I mean, I just think I got to give Buffalo Trace more credit than that they just went, crap, we didn't see this coming, and holy crap, it's been 250 years. We've been through this 9 times, but we missed it this time. I just don't think that that's the case, and I think they were probably prepared for it, even though it sucks. Yeah. Production was continuing the last time that I checked, even though there was no visitor center and there was the tours were all down and all that. But they're going to trudge on. It's a giant machine, and there'll be some setbacks, but I think they're going to be minimal. Those floodwaters are going to recede pretty fast. I mean, as soon as that rain cuts back a little bit, I think they're going to be all right, personally. Yeah. Other than the damn E.H. Taylor flood survival bottles that we'll never see.
I've seen those pop up.
I can't wait to see
I don't think there's going to be.
Yeah. If they let the door open while it's flooding.
Jamie from Whiskey Row. Thanks for being here, lady. Sean, you are down in Kentucky. So and I wrote to you, like, when all this was coming out, I'm like, Jesus, Sean, are you like underwater? He was like, well, it's not dry, but there's some places in the county that are. So, like, what down where you are, like, are there any other distilleries dealing with this? Like, are we just hearing about Buffalo Trace because they're Buffalo Trace?
Yes.
Okay.
To answer that question. But I mean, to Conrad's point, again, it's not like there's like, oh, that's weird. Water's coming in the doors. They knew. It's not like, again, not the first time, won't be the last time. It's just, kind of the problem with living near the Kentucky River. It's going to happen. I would imagine that they moved any barrels worth saving up to higher points in the rick house, so they were not submerged. I don't believe there's like barrels just floating around in the rick house right now. Yeah. What was weird just from the footage though is that there was cars submerged, which is strange because there was plenty of time to move a vehicle. So I don't know if that was just for the gram or what the thing, but a little sympathy. I don't know. But there were like 3 or 4 different cars I saw that just sitting in floodwater. I don't know why, because it's not like floodwater just all of a sudden appears. This isn't, Noah kind of situation. Anyway, yeah. So, again, I think that Buffalo Trace will be fine. To my knowledge, they're back open today as far as production.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was Buffalo Trace's official statement, is they would be back open on the 10th. Not for visitation, but as far as production, sure. Workers coming back, those kind of things. I haven't heard any updates other than that, so maybe they may have held out another day or so. But either way, they're probably back to it. So
has anybody heard any? Like, I haven't heard any reports, and I don't even know if it's something they would put out there. But like, did they put out an estimate or a number of barrels that they've lost, or anything like that?
I doubt they lost it.
I didn't see that. But I did see one bourbon channel say that they said they wouldn't be up, even though that the people are back to the distillery working, that they wouldn't be back up in production until 8 months. So wow. I guess take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how true that is, but take that with a grain of salt. If that was another bourbon channel who actually lives in the area.
Okay.
What I saw compared to the news and all that stuff on YouTube is that they this isn't their first rodeo, right? So they have a plan in they have a plan. So they'd moved stuff and shut stuff down before it even happened. So I think their losses are minimal, if any, and just whatever the damage is to the flooding to where it flooded. I don't know that any barrels actually got damaged.
Yeah, for anyone that's been in a rick house before, especially Buffalo Trace, the whole rick house is not full. So like if you need to move barrels, you can move barrels. Like it's not like there's no room to move barrels around.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not like, there was all these barrels on the bottom level that got stuck and they're in these floodwaters. That's very unlikely. If that happened, that would be an egregious oversight on Buffalo Trace's part.
Right. Right.
I can't imagine, because again, this was like Conrad said, this was forecast days in advance. We knew it was coming. Every Kentuckian knew it was coming. So I would say the only major thing as far as like production goes is that we do know for a fact that the whole bottling plant, at least roughly one story of the bottling plant, is flooded. So that will take some time to clean. It's muddy water. So, it's going to take some time to clean all that off and get it right again. As far as how long that will take, I haven't seen anything from Buffalo Trace as far as an official timeline, but
Ew.
Great shot. Did you hear about the new Buffalo Trace moldy mash bill whiskey?
There you go.
Nope.
All right.
I did not. I'm not going to taste it.
As far as Kentucky news, that's all I got. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Excellent. So let's move on. Do you want to introduce us? I got to go grab something.
Sure. Okay. I actually want to do 2 things. First of all, I want to shout out Bobby for his letter B in his new set. I really like it. It's never been on there before, and so I like it. Yeah.
Right on. Thank you.
I try to pay attention to the details, and I like it very much.
I was going to B for Bobby.
B for Bobby.
There we go.
It looks good.
And the axe. There you go.
And then a bad axe for my birthday. Mrs. Bad Axe got me a bad axe for my birthday.
Oh,
there you go.
That's awesome.
Hold on.
Nice. With the 56 on there. There you go.
56. There you go.
Okay, wait, Bobby. It's not letting me move the mouse. What the hell? I'm sorry.
Hold it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, there it is.
There we go. Mrs. Bad Axe got me a bad axe for my birthday.
Well, Bobby, you look damn good for a guy 4 years away from 60.
Seriously, Bobby.
I'm 6 years away. Come on, give me a year, man.
60?
No, 6.
4 years away from 60. 4 years away from 60. You're 56.
There we go.
Amazing, Bobby. Good for you. And then Conrad, I wanted to ask you, Have you ever heard of Bye Bye Birdie before?
Oh yeah. I was in high school. The senior girls did that as the play when I was a sophomore. So I heard
We
more.
love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do. Yeah. So, sorry. Okay.
Wow. I leave for 2 minutes, and this is what we're singing show tunes?
Well, it's Bye Bye Birdie. He's the lead in Bye Bye Birdie. Conrad.
He is not.
His namesake is.
Yeah, we have a
story.
You guys, I can't wait to do the round table, though. Let's go.
Go.
Okay. So we're going to talk about now an everyday carry, right? This does not necessarily mean a firearm, but it could certainly include it. It could be your keys and your wallet and expand from there. I want to go last because what I think is important here, and all kidding aside, for real. No. What you guys carry in your everyday carry is very different than what I carry in my everyday carry, especially when I go for a run at 5:15 in the morning with my friend Marie. So we're going to talk about that. And
who's going first?
I'm going to pick, let's see, we'll go with Bobby because Bobby hasn't done a lot of talking.
My
so we're going
everyday
to
carry right here.
Wait,
This is it.
There you go.
This is my everyday carry. I don't need any more than this right here, people.
Okay.
Everywhere. You see,
We might lose the laptop.
See, look at we got wood chips everywhere, people. That's my everyday carry right there. And I'm in California, so I'm not going to tell you what my other everyday carry is. So,
There you go.
like this is legal.
Right.
Gotcha.
In all 50 states, right here.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Lost all my firearms in a boating accident. It's tragic.
That's right.
We're going to go to Ben next.
Ben, what do you grab every day before you leave the house?
How much honesty are you looking for, buddy?
Freaking love Ben.
No, like I don't bring anything with me, to be honest. Phone, wallet, keys, standard stuff. But I would say the closest I can come to like an everyday use thing, like that I have every day with me at work. My job requires me to be in a vehicle for most of the day. I'm constantly driving. And so I bought this little thing that my wife showed me from Amazon, and it's called a Hot Logic. It's like a little, like an insulated cooler, like a soft side insulated cooler.
Yep.
And then it has a hot plate in there, and I can cook anything in there, and it just plugs right into my vehicle. So every day I can bring like leftovers, or I can bring like a frozen meal or something. I just throw that in there for like 2 hours, and then by lunchtime it's fully cooked, and it saves me a ton of money on buying food. I'm not getting fast food, so yeah, like I'm bringing leftovers, or I make like pork chops the night before and throw it in there, and mashed potatoes and stuff. So yeah, getting that thing was an absolute game changer for my job. So I would say, like, as far as just like an item that I kind of have all the time that I love having with me, that's
a good one.
That's really great. I just actually bought Brian one of those kind of like
it plugs in. It heats up your food. What about you, Myron? What do you like bring out of the house every day?
So I am not like I'm not like Jamie and David. I don't carry a pistol every day. Thank God I don't have to. Maybe I should get a small. Look, the reason why is because I don't have anything small enough. Maybe I should get something smaller. But
I have the same problem.
No, so
my gun's way too big.
That's what
Here
she
we go.
said. So
giggity.
No,
that's what she said.
Anyway, honestly, I have the memory to be 45. I have the memory of a 90-year-old person. So before I leave out the house, I have to say wallet, badge, phone, watch, keys, cologne. Those are the 6 things that I have to make sure that I have on every day before I leave the house.
Freaking love Myron so much.
I love that cologne is one of those things that you absolutely need. Like I have to have it on.
Hey, gotta smell good, man. Gotta smell good.
But don't you just put it on before you leave the house?
I work in a firehouse. I'm not wearing cologne.
50% of the time it works every time.
Totally understand.
Nothing but testosterone where I am, so I'm not doing that.
This reminds me of the rhyme I made up for my daughter when she was 4 and in the pre-K 4 program. No biting, no fighting, no hitting, no spitting. Like that's what we did for her.
All right, Sean, what about you? When you leave the house, what are you grabbing?
So I have most of the things on this table, although I have some substitution items that were not my actual everyday items. So phone, wallet, obviously, multi-tool all the time.
Okay.
Then I have like just a little personal, like do small things knife, and then I have these are not my actual knives; these are nicer knives that I carry, and then just an actual knife. My work knife is upstairs, as is my little bump around kind of fidgety knife. And then one other item that we all know what it is. Although should be noted, I don't keep that on me because I'm working. But it's always in the vehicle. So
okay.
TG truck gun.
Yeah, exactly. And now, as far as like what the subject is about, though, as far as like because Maria, what you might want to carry, especially you ladies, possibly mace. Flashlights are great. I always have a flashlight in your vehicle. Water, depending on your location, maybe solar blankets. Should you get stuck somewhere and need something to stay warm, and also a whistle, something to draw attention to yourself, or some kind of alarm, ladies. Super important. Like anything to like get a lot of attention on you very quickly.
Gosh darn it! You stole my thunder, Sean.
That's all right. You'll still. I'm certain you'll still have plenty to say.
I still have plenty to say. Don't you worry. This is an important topic.
It is. Conrad, what are you grabbing every day you leave the house?
So I'm gonna have to revise. You guys are being a little shy about your carries. So I don't like to
say whatever you want. I'm going to be freely speaking about mine. So
I always freely speak. You can learn that about me, but. I don't like to carry a lot, so it's kind of ironic. I carry a very thin wallet. I carry a single car key. I carry some sort of just a pocket knife for utility, an extra magazine, and I'm actually going to tell you what mine is. I don't care about California. A Sig P365.
Very nice.
Attaboy, Conrad.
Very nice. That's nice and compact. I like that.
Yeah, just for the record, it's cleared and empty. Gun safety people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I do have one other thing I carry too, just because I have to stay true to myself, and it's always in my pocket. I always have a mini bottle of Blanton's.
Very important.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I love it.
You know what?
Perfect.
Never know. You never
Conrad's playing. We're all playing checkers. Conrad's is playing chess.
Yes, sir.
I gotta say, I gotta step up my EDC.
Yeah, for sure. So mine's pretty basic. Now I will say I do not carry my firearm. It's a 1911. It's big. It's bulky. I don't carry it.
It is.
I would like to eventually get something smaller, but right
the
now
record point is 6'4". I'm sure it's huge.
I'm not carrying around a 45 1911.
I'm always smiling, Sean. I'm always smiling.
I have wallet, key, in my little pocket pouch, which this is my pouch, so you can rest assured it's not a fanny pack, Sean. I said to Sean in the text, I was like, I have a little pouch that I put a few things in. He's like, is this like a fanny pack? I was like, no.
You made it sound like a bag. Well, that's not a bag.
No, this just kind of keeps things organized in your pocket.
Yeah,
so I got a knife. It's a Kershaw folder. And then this is one of my favorite things. This is actually inspired by David, his video. Guys, this kind of was inspired. David from Whiskey Road did a video on his everyday carry. It was very informative. And I actually was like, "Ooh, I got to get this and that." I got this very bright. It's nice. It's got like a USB charge, so it's not even battery operated.
That's fancy. I didn't know it does
and
that.
It slides right into my little pouch here, and that's one of my favorite things. And then I got like a minimalist wallet. This is an Exter wallet, and it's got a little button on the side that folds out your cards. It's got a band on it to hold your license or cash or whatever. I got my little Bourbon School cards there. But I like it because it's super small. It's like aluminum, so it's pretty rigid, and that's one of my favorite things I carry every day. But yeah, I don't carry my firearm. Maybe eventually, but I need something not so large in my pants.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a cross some of us have to bear, Brian.
Thank God for my Brian. Thank God for my Brian.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so you guys, I carry a purse with me. So in my purse on a daily basis, I have a little wallet in there. Obviously, is my license. This might be silly to you, but I need chapstick, and I have Blistex in my little purse all the time. I carry a checkbook.
You're not going to talk about everything.
No.
Okay.
But if my aunt is still watching, I have cash in my pocket at all times because it's called mad money. You just need cash in your pocket, regardless of if you have a credit card. You just always need to have cash with you. I used to have mace for when I would run at, like I said, I run at 5:15 in the morning with my friend Marie. But I gave that to my goddaughter when she started college. She needed it, so I handed it off to her. And Brian's very upset with me because I don't have any in my purse at this time. Now, when we're talking about running, what?
Small and rigid. That was my nickname in college. Hanging. I'm so sorry.
Well, Brian's was the cherry blaster in high school, right?
That was, yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, now he's called Hangin' AZ.
Yeah, things have changed, Hanging.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to talk about, Brian has been on me to get my pistol, my conceal and carry for a long time. I'm going to eventually get it, but I don't have it right now. So when I run with my friend Marie in the morning, I do take with me mace, and we have actually brought with us, what were those things called that we put on our knuckles? I don't know what they're called.
Brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles.
But they're not brass. They were like friggin' plastic. Like,
Oh, they have the points on them?
yes.
Yeah.
It looked like what's his name from the Marvel movies.
That's what ninjas carry. Ninjas and ninja keychain. Ninja
Well,
keychain.
I put them on my what?
I don't need an extra mag. I'm that good of a shot. His name is Great Shot.
Anyway,
In fairness.
when we're running early in the morning and it's still dark, we wear lighted vests. We wear colors that reflective colors, and I do keep those on me just in case. We live in a safe town, but seriously, and I always carry my cell phone with me wherever we're going. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is that I have my Garmin watch with me, and my aunt and Brian are my emergency contacts. So if I should fall or if I stop running abruptly, a text message is going to be sent to Brian and my aunt within 30 seconds of that, and send out an SOS.
So your Garmin is part of what you bring with you every day.
Every day,
Yeah.
I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
It's part of my safety plan.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So for clarification, Marie Ann, you have a friend also named Marie?
yes.
Okay. All right.
And wait a minute. I just have to say that my initials are MLF. I'm a MILF. Thank you, guys. And her initials are also MLF. We are two MILFs, and our birthdays are 2 weeks apart.
All the more reason to carry mace.
That's right. That's right.
Something
Definitely.
more elaborate.
Honestly, it's a concern that we have to think about because we're very much into running. We like to get up and get our running done early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are things that we think about in advance of taking care of that, for real.
And guys in the chat, thank you all. I actually, a lot of really good suggestions and stuff in your chats about everyday carry and what you do carry, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. Yeah.
This was a great conversation. Like
Rubber drop. I feel like I'm slacking now. Myron, you're not slacking.
No,
You're good,
Myron, I agree with you. You're not slacking. You're doing everything right. Don't worry, Myron.
Marie Ann, do you have something to make a lot of sound should the occasion arise?
No, she doesn't.
I guess I don't.
Listen,
no.
there are things we have had this discussion
Yeah.
about getting her CC permit, bringing mace, bringing up personal alarm. We've had this discussion. Maybe you can convince her, Sean.
We're working on it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to have the conversation live, but yeah.
No, we'll talk about it afterwards. No, I agree with you. I know that there's not good people around who might want to take advantage of
That's
my
a fact.
friend
I used to know some of them.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that was good. I like that.
love
Sean, that was a good topic. This was something that
great conversation.
Sean was like, what is something you guys are all into? And we started just throwing stuff out in the chat. And I think I put the EDC, and he's like, "Oh, let's talk about that."
I love it.
This was good. It is like, even like when we watched David's video, I was like, "Man, this is really like, it's interesting because it makes you think about what do you bring with you, what do you have on you, are you prepared if there's."
Yep.
And I'm not talking about like a level 10 threat level midnight, but just something happens where you need more than what your keys in your wallet, you know. So it's good. It's good to give these things thought, whether you're somebody on this panel or somebody in the chat. These are things to think about because you go out in the world every day and you never know what you're going to need.
And I
bring
think
with you.
it's fair to consider the fact that I have to think about different things than,
you're thinking about totally
the rest of
different
you
things.
do.
Yep,
So.
absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
And I need to up my game on this because just to circle back and remind all of you, mine was a device that heats up my leftovers.
That is correct.
I love it.
It sounds like a bitch ass answer right now.
It's okay.
So
It's okay.
It's important to me.
Aaron Howard's got a great question for Conrad.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. What holster for that mini Blanton?
It's got to be Kydex. He's got to be able to access it quickly.
true. You need quick release. Yeah.
You notice Conrad's motion? You have to release it quickly.
Did you say Kydex or Kotex?
I'm just going to say Conrad made us all a bitch because he came out with whiskey and a firearm. So respect, Conrad.
Yeah, right.
I got to say, the whiskey, me not having whiskey on the go is what really hurt me. I got to step it up. I really got to step it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's get to our rapid fire and then we're going to get out of here, guys. So,
Girls,
picked,
guys and girl.
I mean, the general guys.
Just checking.
Okay.
People.
Guys and Marianne. Is that better? Does that sound better? Is that less clunky?
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Oh, stay safe out there, people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this week we picked Conrad and Ben for a rapid fire. Again, this is a quick question. We'll go around the horn real quick, answer it quickly, which usually never happens, but as quickly as possible. And so we can let's start with Ben. Start with Conrad.
Okay.
Start with Ben.
Oh my God.
Hollywood Squares here.
I'm the boss.
I missed the memo that this was a rapid fire question.
It's in there. It was
that I had it. So, Conrad, do you have one queued up? Because I actually do have a little list here of potential ones from a while ago. So
Ben doesn't.
I feel like
apparently.
We're nothing but professionals here.
I feel like I'm in school again, and I forgot to do my homework.
I love you, Ben, that you have a list of questions.
Just start Googling rapid fire questions.
It's from when we first started the channel, and now I can't find the goddamn thing, of course.
Okay, so let's start with Conrad. Do you have one queued up?
I'm not at all prepared. You said rapid fire. I draw when drawn upon, right? I mean.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see.
I love it. The rapid fire question is there is no question.
It's perfect.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, what is I don't know how old everybody is. I'm 46. I think we're all around that age or older. Maybe Conrad. I don't know how old you are.
48.
Okay, so we're all at that point now. What is something that's either like based on your age that I would say either one of two things. Either it's like an old person thing that you still do, or it's a new thing that you're not going to understand it. You're never going to understand it. And I can give you an example of each of those to get this started off. Okay. So one thing I am never going to understand is blockchain, cryptocurrency. Like I get that it's a thing. No matter how much I have tried to learn how this works, I don't understand it. I will never understand it. And I have to just throw in the towel and just like, okay, this is a thing that as an old now, I'm not going to understand.
As an old.
So on the other thing, an old person thing that I still do, because you know how like you'll see your parents do stuff and it's just like, why are you still doing that? We have technology, whatever. When I dial long distance, I still find it very comforting to put the 1.
You have to now.
Before I dial the number, even though you don't have to do that anymore. But do you remember back in the day when you dial long distance, you dial 1 and then the number?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm well aware that if I called any of you, I don't have to dial the 1, but I can't not do it. It just makes me uncomfortable. Like I need to dial the 1.
Okay.
So
what old person do you have?
This is actually the exact opposite of rapid fire. I'm just going to point that out.
Well, no, because that was me trying to explain what I meant by those categories. That's all. Okay,
I'm just messing, dude. I don't care.
So, Bobby, let's go with you. What's an old person thing you still do?
Old person thing that I do, like jokes. I think all dumb crap is funny. That's an old thing that I do.
Yep.
Anything that I could throw a pun in, I'm gonna do it. And that's just because I'm old. Apparently I'm the oldest person on this panel right here.
I think you are, yes.
Probably by 4 or 5 years, probably.
By 4.
But yeah, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I know it's a thing, but I still
Fake
don't.
news. Fake news.
Unless I can get it and put it in my hand, it's not real.
Okay, fair
It
enough.
can make me rich, but it's not. It can make me rich if I bought it, but it's not real to me. It's just
All right.
not real. It's Bitcoin.
Sean.
Completely agree with Bobby. Yeah, and Ben both. Bitcoin. Get real money. Keep real money in your. Who is investing in fake money?
You can't smell Bitcoin.
I wasn't even saying that. I'm just saying I don't know how it works.
Because it does.
I've tried to understand it, and I don't get it. I'm not saying don't invest in it or do.
So-
I had a feeling Tora Podol was going to have some opinions on this, and he does. But anyway, sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
No, I mean, where can you spend it? I don't even know. I don't even know where you can spend it. You can't. I mean, you can't spend it at like Walmart. You can't spend it at like any restaurant I'm aware of.
Dude,
You can sell it
You can
for
spend
fiat
it
currency,
at
but
Modesto,
For
Liquor World,
fiat
you
currency,
can
yeah.
get a Bitcoin
I mean,
machine.
So for me, it would be like investing real money into Monopoly money. I don't know what the difference is, honestly. So it's like, you want to throw money away? Here's some Monopoly money in exchange. I have no idea what the difference is, honestly.
And that's why we won't retire in the next couple of years.
There's been people that they sent me, I guess, Bitcoin. I don't know what the fuck it is. They sent me Bitcoin like as super chats. I don't know what to do with it. I have it still. It's going to be there forever because I don't know what to do with it. Anyway.
Well, hang on to it. You might end up.
I will say, if anyone wants to send me Bitcoin, please do. If you want to send me Bitcoin, go for it.
I have like 5 of them. I have like 5 coins.
God.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So what about an old person thing you still do, Sean?
All right. Old person. I don't know if okay, so
Or just an old person characteristic of yourself.
I do.
I don't like people. Is that a thing?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a thing. Yeah.
You're like a cranky old man.
Oh, I pretty well refuse to learn any kind of like computer technology. I could probably like build a computer if I put my mind to it. I just refuse to like learn anything about it.
Oh, Sean, you're killing me.
I'm certain that it's not that difficult, and I've heard many times from friends that building one is cheaper than like buying one. I just refuse to like learn anything about it, which is weird because I'm always on YouTube learning things. That's literally all I do with my free time. But I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. So
okay,
yeah,
all right, fair enough. Let's go. We're not going to go to Myron because he's not sitting in his chair.
I'm ready.
Let's go to Marianne.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I'm an only child. When my friends would call my house when I was a child,
rapid fire.
Yeah, I know. My mother would answer the phone. If they didn't say hello to my mother, she would literally hang up on them. So I have expectations of my children's friends. If they come to my house, I expect them to say hello. If they don't say hello to me, I embarrass them.
Yeah,
that is very true. I'm like, hello, so-and-so, how are you today? And I expect them to respond to me. And you
embarrass our kids in turn by doing that.
I don't care. Yeah, I expect a level of respect that my mother expected.
Rapid fire.
That's it. I have a level of expectation of respect from my children's friends. And also,
I like that one.
I do too. I like it.
And also because I said so. If my kids ask me why, it's because I said so. I don't need to give you a reason. I'm still the boss in this house.
That one is
hell yes.
That is for sure for me. The old person thing is like, I don't need to explain it.
No,
definitely.
And I say it all the time to my kids because I said so. You're not the boss here. I am the boss.
The thing that I kind of like have not, that I guess haven't adapted to or haven't learned is like, I'm pretty proficient on my computer.
Oh no, he needs my help for this.
But yes, that's what I was to say. If something happens, something goes wrong, I'm like the ants, when they put something in front of them and they're like, I don't know what to do now. Like, I'm like, Marianne, fix this. Like, I just hand it over to her because I want nothing to do
I am
with
good at technology, but I am not good at adjusting to my kids' behaviors. They have to toe the line here still at this house.
All right,
Marianne, I will call you with all further computer queries.
I'm here for it. If I don't know it, I'll Google it and I'll solve it for you, Sean.
All right. Conrad, what about you? What's your old person characteristic?
Well, first, let me give you the thing that I don't really understand, and that's social media. Understand the whole social media thing. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
He's on all social media. What the hell? That's baloney. I call bullshit on that one.
Shorts are dumb. I don't like shorts. Shorts are dumb.
Yeah, it's terrible. So the old person thing is for me is besides getting up and making a lot of noise when I do it. I didn't used to do that for some reason. Using old person expressions. My wife tells me, I say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. My wife doesn't understand any of it, but I think I get it from my grandfather.
How old's your wife?
She's younger than me, but not significantly younger.
I think, Conrad, we were probably born in the same year. Are you 1977?
Yes, correct.
Me too, buddy. I'll be 48 in August.
Yeah. I never told my kids I told you so, though.
Okay. Well,
I have.
I do that shit all
I
the
don't
time.
give a shit.
all right. I
Soon
think
to be 50. Big Daddy, soon to be 56. I love it, dude. I just turned 54. I love to see that people are older.
God bless
than
you,
me.
Bobby. You look fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope you continue down this path of beautiful health and wellness. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I got all these young punks trying to take my job. I got to stay fit.
Shit. I think we make 48 look pretty damn good, don't we, Conrad?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I've told Bobby many times that I'm hopeful to be in as good a shape as he is by 54. I have 12 years to get there. So
Oh, you're so young, Sean.
You
You
Sean is
mother
so
effer.
young, dude.
don't worry, you guys are going to outlive all me.
Look at Bobby's muscles. He's fit. Like, seriously.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I have 12 years to get as fit as Bobby.
So
Hey, man.
before we get out of here, Myron, what is your old man trait and your thing you refuse to adapt to?
I agree with whatever Myron says it is.
Let's hear it.
No.
Me too.
Thank you.
So I don't know. I had an answer, but then it just kind of left me when somebody said me too. No, damn, what was I about to say? The white Crocs. So everybody goes around with.
Can we just say Crocs in
goes
general?
around-
I'm wearing Crocs
Well,
right now.
everybody says black, black Crocs. They're the easiest to get, so you buy the black Crocs. Well, I came home one day and I had white Crocs, and my wife was like, "Why do you have on white Crocs?" And I immediately thought of the old dudes with white New Balance, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I'm one of those old dudes. Like I was like, "Babe," I was like, "They're comfortable and they were cheap." So we're always shopping for low prices, and the fact that they're white and they stand out. I was like, shit. And then I had another one, but I kind of forgot it. So if I think about it, we'll bring it back.
Okay.
If you guys stay on after, Brian will tell you a story about my father and his white New Balance.
Oh,
but we'll
optic
tell
white.
that story
Optic
after.
white.
I'm curious, but before we sign off, did Conrad come up with a rapid fire, like a real rapid fire? Because this was obviously not rapid fire.
He did not. I wasn't gonna press him for it, Sean.
Way to go, Sean. Way to call him out.
I like that. I like that event right there.
What I do best. I make people uncomfortable.
But by the way, can I just say, pink Crocs.
Of course you do.
Before we do sign off, Conrad doesn't come up with any kind of thing. What is the whiskey you have beside you, sir? I'm not
right here. Look at that. That's what he got.
What is
that?
So it's a Texas distillery. Bent distilling. It's unbent. They're 100 proof bottle bonds. This happens to be our single barrel pick that we did.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite bottles right now. I'm kind of nursing it, but we did a whole bunch of stuff with Texas whiskey, and we hit unbent outside of Fort Worth while we were there. Really cool little small distillery.
I'm a Texas whiskey guy, man. So yeah.
Louisville, Texas. Louisville.
Did you
do? Gotta get yourself one of these then, man. It's on bottlestop.com. They're cheap, and it's a fantastic 7-year, 4-month, 100 proof, really delicious Texas whiskey.
Cool.
Conrad, did you do? Did I hear you a little while back say you did a Redwood Empire pick?
Oh, well, yes and no. So we helped do the very first Redwood Empire Haystacks single barrel picks for a group here in town, and then we are going to do our own Redwood Empire single barrel here in the fall when they re-release them again. So excited for that because they'll be 9 years old by that time. So it's gonna get interesting.
Oh boy.
I'll take a sample. Thank you very much for offering. I appreciate that.
I know you're a big Redwood Empire fan. We absolutely love it.
I'm a Redwood Empire simp.
Yeah, we love it. So that would be very interesting to us for sure.
Well,
all right, guys.
Me when the time comes around, we'll make sure you guys get one.
Absolutely. Guys, Northwest Bourbon, if anybody here is going to be up late tonight, we're going to be interviewing Navy veteran owner of Old Line later tonight. If you're still up, stop by for a drink.
We still have to
check
go to
out
school.
Northwest Bourbon tonight.
Cool.
He'll be going I'm going to assume it's probably 11 or 12, but you can put in the chat when you're going, and you can drop the link if you would like, Mark, to know where to find that. All right. Real quick before we get out of here, Sean, what do you got coming up?
I don't know because some things came up over the weekend. So I was planning on doing a DMX stream because his death day was Wednesday.
Right.
But
that is the most Sean shit I've ever heard.
I mean, seriously, Ben. Seriously. Like, honestly, I didn't even know how to react to it, Ben. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Sean's going 100% Sean hard in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, DMX is my boy, man. I miss him. But his anniversary of his death was Wednesday. So I was planning on doing a stream of that, but now due to other things coming up, I'm not sure if we're gonna have time this weekend. So
okay.
Yeah. All right, Ben, what about you? What do you got coming up?
I've got today, because now we're doing this on Thursdays. Today, my review of Black Fork Farms, courtesy of Bourbon School. Not this way, I guess. Came out, and I realized that that's not going to be a very popular video just because it's a, nice, yeah. It's beautiful, not a big distillery or anything, but yeah, that one, I said in the review, this may be South Dakota's answer to Corbin Cash.
Yeah.
Not that it's the same profile, but it's just a damn good whiskey coming from a craft distillery that's doing their own distillate.
Yep.
And actually, they have roots in Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota, for those that don't know. And so they've got some roots in Minnesota with their farming roots and stuff. So that came out, and then I've got I'm a little behind on recording stuff. I've got some stuff recorded, but I got to get some editing done. So I think for Monday it's probably going to be that Penelope, the weeded.
Okay.
Or it's going to be Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye Barrel Strength. And then just next week will be a live stream, standard time.
Those Michter's toasted. Oh my God, they're so good. Love them.
Yeah, finally, I like Michter's, their kind of higher tier stuff. I've been 50-50 on. I really like it, but it's just a little expensive for what it is. Yeah. But Michter's, the toasted, because the cast strength toasted barrel is really good. From non-bike riding Dave Vogelsang.
Awesome. All right, Myron, what about you? What you got coming up?
Hi, Myron. I agree with you.
That's right. That's right. So back to the other question about what I do that's an old man thing. I do realize that I greet young brothers differently, and I thought about making a video about this. I say, hey, young brother, how you doing? What's going on? What's good now? I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden it just came out of the woodworks. It was like, all right now, I'm good. Oh, ain't shit changed. Just different date. I don't know where it came from, but it's just different. But as far as
Myron, how old are you?
I am 45. I turned 45 on the 31st of March.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
9 years.
So Barbie looks great too for having 9 years on me. But I really don't have anything coming up, but just reviews. I've got the Penelope 17 year coming up. I've got some other reviews coming up. So just stay tuned to the channel.
Nice. All right.
I just want to point out, it ends up that I work with Myron, and I didn't realize it until right now. No, literally, the fellow I work with every day says all the things that Myron just said on a daily basis. So
nice. All right, Bobby. What's going on?
So I got this. This is Louisville, Texas, right here. This is what Conrad was showing right there. He's got a pick there. He went there, did a pick. So Mrs. Badax and I were in Fort Worth. We love Texas. We love the Fort Worth area. We Googled, hey, where's the nearest distilleries? There was TX and there was Bent Distillery. So we went there. This is their unbent lineup. And this is actually, they sent me these two, the bourbon and the rye. Conrad will remember the name because he actually went there too. This was my favorite at the time when I was there. The weeded, but they have a bottle fill that maybe Conrad can fill you in on when we're done here. But Conrad has a bonded bottle shop. I think you can access it on Instagram, probably another way as well. Go in there into his bottle shop. He's got a lot of offerings. And what I haven't told even the Whiskey Six, I've slipped into Patreon. If I know some of you are on my Patreon as well, is I've actually got a Bad Axe bottle shop coming out as well. It's being loaded at this time. It's taken a while. So when I do barrel picks and things like that, they'll be available on the bottle shop, as well as Conrad's are in his bottle shop. But I do want to shout out my favorite Corbin Cash and Sabbatical right here. I did picks with both of them, as well as the Whiskey Six did a pick with Corbin Cash as well. I'm not going to say the name of it because there may be a trademark thing going on or a copyright thing going on with that, with a naming of it. Label needs to be created with what we're doing. And but it is going to be incredible. I've tasted the single barrel rye that is going to go into it, and the bourbon that's going to go into it. Samples will be sent out to the rest of the Whiskey Six. We'll decide on which one we want. So look forward to that barrel pick from the Whiskey Six. Got a couple barrel picks coming from Bad Axe Bourbon with DRC, the dirty RC bar involved. So we did that. So we'll have a rye beer and a 9+ year single barrel rye finished in sweet potato spirit barrel coming out. Don't know how long we're going to leave it in the sweet potato spirit, but it's from Corbin Cash. Single barrel rye on its own is absolutely incredible. For our pick and the Whiskey Six pick, it's incredible on its own, but we're going to do something else with it.
Yep.
That's what I got coming up. That's
awesome.
It. Only that stuff.
Exciting.
Yeah, not too much.
Right? Coming up, Bad Axe Bourbon Bottle Shop. It's still, there's over 200 things in it right now, but actually Conrad is using the same stuff that I'm using. He and I had a big conversation yesterday about what to expect. He's been doing it for longer than I have, so he's the pro at it, and I got some good info from him. Go check out the Bonded Bottle Shop on more than Instagram, right, Conrad? More than Instagram?
Just bondedbottleshop.com.
Bondedbottleshop.com.
Yeah, for many of my stuff. But we got it's basically like you were saying, it's basically our single barrels, but it's also my hand-picked, hand-priced. So it's just stuff that I feel good about, I like, and I like the price on. And there's some shenanigans in there that I like to screw around. You have to find little Easter eggs in there. But the only other thing that we got going on, and I just decided I'm going to do this. This is a brand new first announcement here. You guys are the first ones here. We're going to do a whole comprehensive series on how fantastic a whole series. Watch for that on Whiskey Bunch.
Bastard!
Conrad, you need to come back on this show. This is friggin' awesome.
Yeah,
I can't wait. You know what? I'm going to come up with a flight that I'm sending to all of you. I'm going to hide Wild Turkey 70th amongst like a couple samples of regular Wild Turkey 101. And if all of you don't score 100% on it,
I'm calling it right
I'm
now.
vindicated.
I will be able to pick it out.
Oh, get the hell out of
I'm
here.
saying it right now.
There you go.
Okay.
So it looks like we found Ben's replacement already.
Nobody's trying to replace Brian for the Four Roses.
Well, that's because Four Roses kind of sucks, except for the
I really think I could tell the difference between the 70th anniversary and the 101. I do.
Yeah,
I bucked the trend.
70th
What can I say?
Fruity.
Ben, you know I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, brother.
One last thing. So anyone that wants in on these picks, the Patreon is where to be be the first. The higher tier you are with most of these channels, the higher tier you are, the better chance you are that you have at getting the picks.
And the Whiskey Six will be setting up a Patreon very soon. So
right on. There you go.
Yeah,
we heard it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, guys, thank you all for watching tonight. We had really, really good numbers tonight. A lot of people watching.
Thank you so much
thank
for
you
being
so much.
here.
If you are still watching,
Thanks,
you are
Conrad.
not subscribed to the Whiskey Six. That is the key. We want you to go subscribe to the Whiskey Six channel. It is a separate channel from all of us. But
How does that go?
that's where all the information about our picks and how to get them and all that stuff is going to be coming out. So make sure you do that. We appreciate everybody for watching. Conrad, thank you so much for coming on tonight. You were awesome. You really had a great time.
Love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Conrad. You will be too.
So go subscribe to Whiskey Bonded. You're on Instagram. You're on TikTok. You are on YouTube. You're on all the things.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Piper John. You forgot OnlyFans, but he's there too.
I'm everywhere.
Piper John.
I'm everywhere, Paco.
Oh, Piper John, sucking up to Ben. Subscribe to Bad X Bourbon, Bourbon Drop, Bourbon Note, Whiskey Wars, Mash and Metal, and of course,
Bourbon
if you'd be
School.
so kind as to subscribe to Bourbon School, we would appreciate it. It costs you
Bourbon
nothing
School.
to subscribe to these channels, and it really helps us a lot. So go hit that subscribe button for all these channels out here. We will see you guys in 2 weeks with our guest, yet to be determined, but we're working on some things. So it'll be, no matter what, it'll be a great guest. We appreciate you guys for watching.
Thank you so much.
Good night now.
Cheers,
Good night
everybody.
now.
Have a great night.
Cheers.
Bourbon on Saturday.